Hello there. I am Dory Joe Stoll with Prairie Scraps, and we are going to craft and chap today and make probably at the river sign. You could do it anything river, pool, lake, or ocean, but today we have rivers here. We don't really have any of the other ones. We do have a lake, but it's nothing to write home about after living in close to the Great Lakes area. Our lakes do not compare to the Great Lakes. I can say that. So anyway, I'm going to make a probably at the river sign. I've got this tag that I ordered online, and it's a good quality one. So I kind of just have a stash of it, and I plan on going ahead. And I know that it's actually very dry. So we're going to just go ahead and start. And if you're here, make sure that you say hello and let me know you're here. I'll put the live chat on here and hopefully everything will work out today. So I appreciate y'all being here and, sharing it out and doing all the things. So let's get going. If you're watching on the replay and don't see that red live button, see, this is what I thought. This does tend to be a little bit on the dry side. I have a piece of cardboard under here so I can paint it, and I'm just going to do the whole thing in a white kind of base coat here. So that's where I'm starting with. This maybe that didn't really help my board at all. I think I'm going to add it into my brush a little bit. I always do that, but I don't know why I didn't this time. Okay, get you all down so you can see what I'm doing. I am cutting my head off. I know that, but who wants to watch my face, right? So anyway, happy Thursday. I hope you all are having a great day. Do you guys, what about you guys? Are you more into going to the river or the ocean or pool or lake? What are your preferences? I'm just in the mood to make this sign. I think this is gonna be easy peasy. Hi Debbie and Rhonda, good afternoon. Are you guys river, lake people, ocean people? Tell me. We are river. Within 15 minutes of our town here, we have like 3 different rivers that converge, and they actually go out to the ocean. So our rivers are connected to the ocean, and the salmon and steelhead do their runs every spring and fall to come back and spawn here. So it's kind of a fantastic place. Hello, Tefane. Good to see you. Tell me, what body of water do you like to go to the body of water, first of all? And if you do you like to go to river, lake, to the pool, to the ocean? What's your preference? Four choices. That's better. I got a lot more water in there, and it just spreads easier when it's not quite so dry. It maybe has to have like a second coat, depending, but it just goes on better, I think, without so many streaks and things. You can get a little bit more wet. And of course, I never pour the stuff out. I'm just using a base coat of Waverly Chalk White matte finish. You can get this at Wally World. I just like it for base coats because it just sort of undercoats everything. And we're just gonna, white makes me feel like summer. So we're gonna do the white background. Tomorrow I will be at the same time at 4 o'clock. Lake or creek person. Sometimes I enjoy the pool. Yeah, I'm not a pool person. I have like too much in my head about what's in the pool and who's been in the pool and what's touching me that's been in other people. I'm totally grossed out by pools. Not only that, but I don't know how to swim, so I don't do many bodies of waters. I do enjoy looking at the ocean, but the oceans out here are pretty cold. Up here in the northern Pacific Northwest, it's kind of chilly to go in the ocean, but I do enjoy beach combing and getting sand dollars and things like that. So I probably should have, I don't know, sand dollars are oceanous. So that would be a cute, addition to this, is to grab, like some of the ocean. I have jars and jars of sand dollars that we got in one of our first trip out west to see my husband's. Ooh, I'm making messes here. It is up the brush. I guess I must have stuck the brush in too far into the bottle. That's what I get for not like pouring it out. But it is so thick. It's getting towards the end. I need to eventually probably replace it. Maybe I'll get like a lighter white next time, like more of an almond color. I don't know. This has lasted me forever. And what I do is like, because it is getting like, there's so much air in the bottle. It's getting dry. It's like way down there. It's like less than a quarter full here. So every time I close it, I do cover it with like a mist of water so that it just, my purified water I put down in there. So then it stays moist on the top. Otherwise, as you get down in any kind of paste or paint jar, if you have a lot of air in it, it just like gets dried out too fast. And so that's how I've made this. I probably had this jar of white paste, chalk paint. It's an acrylic paint, so it is technically a permanent paint. So I wouldn't use it for, something you don't want it to be permanent, like a chalkboard or something. But it's a great background because you use, this wood kind of sucks it up. It's going to go around the edges here. Make sure we have paint here. Oh, yeah, good floaty. Our rivers are pretty intense. Here, we have the like class 5, I think they say. Like coming up here on Memorial Day weekend, that's when a lot of our rivers around here, you have to have like a license or a permit to be able to go on them because they're class 5 rapids, at least to begin with in the summer. Once, the water is coming down off the mountains. So it's coming fast when the snow starts to melt. And so, yeah, you don't go swimming. A lot of times you can go watch all the certified kayakers or whatever they are. I don't know. They have the crazy kayakers. That's what I like to call them. We could go watch them down by the river because they're going through the rapids and making a big deal about it. So it's kind of an interesting thing to watch. So anyway, we just tend to have more rivers here. It's just, this is the way it is. We do have one lake here just outside of town. It's only about a mile out on the prairie. And kind of interestingly, just an FYI DIY. Hey, Sherry, good to see you. I was debating doing what I'm making for you, but I was feeling like summer. I wanted to make this summer tag for my front door. So I'm just going around the edges here. You can also go on the back sides of wood. And if you could see, that was a good piece of wood. And now I put wet on one side. So it is kind of bowing, and by sealing the back and the front that way, by painting the back, that actually will prevent it from doing that. It'll straighten it out because it gives the moisture on both sides of the wood. It just, I ordered this one online. If you want the information for the place, it was a couple years ago. It was like, I don't know. I always wait for their deals, and I was really kind of nuts about it for a while because I love their wood, and I have like a huge stack. So I need to use up the stack anyway. And, just trying to use what I have on hand. If you're a crafter, you know what I mean? Like things are sitting around. I know, Sherry, you were talking about not spending any more money on craft supplies. And you know what? I thought that was my husband's truck. He is up bear hunting right now in the mountains. So with his brother. So he checked in this morning and said, no bear. Because he said, I love you. I said, I love you too. No bear, ? And he's like, no bear. So his uncle got one the first 2 nights for like Wednesday Tuesday and Wednesday night, maybe it was Monday. I don't know. Time is flying. And anyway, his uncle he's got two uncles here from Wisconsin, and then his brother is from over on the other coast of Washington, and they're up bear hunting. And so he went for the weekend. He had to work this week, but his uncle and his brother came down, put the bear meat in my freezer so that it would get frozen, which is fine. And I offered them a shower, and they said they're fine. So whatever. I don't have to live with them. I wasn't offering it to him because I smelled them. I just was like, I just know how it is not to have a shower. So I'm not about it. I'm just kind of doing a quick second coat here on this while I'm chatting. Yeah, we are a ways away from the ocean, that's for sure. Not too bad, though. I mean, it's much more doable than Wisconsin was when we lived in Wisconsin. So it feels like we're closer just because we were not used to being in, so, you know, anywhere near the ocean. So this is, I've at least been there. A lot of people go to the coast, the Oregon coast or whatever, go to the coast for vacations and things. Early spring, I see a lot of people go over there. So it's not unheard of. It is kind of like a 10-hour drive, though, to the ocean. But everything is a 10-hour drive here. That's what I think. We have football games 10 hours away. So it's just your perspective, I guess. But yeah, it does. I remember being in Wisconsin and thinking, I went to a cross country meet one time with my kids, and I was like, why does it have to be so far? It was 45 minutes away. And I thought that was hideous far. And then we moved here, and I'm like, oh, I would love a game 45 minutes away. Most of our games are more than 2 hours. Many of them are like 6 to 8 to 10 hours away. So anyway, it's a thing. The funny thing is, because we live up. I'm originally from Wisconsin. If you can't hear the Wisconsin, I've got the accent for sure. My friends from Wisconsin, when they come here, like when we had the wedding here this last year, when everybody came from Wisconsin, that's where his uncles are hunting from. And so anyway, his one uncle, this is his first time here to visit, and he's up there hunting, and he got 2 bear already. So I think I don't know. They maybe can get 3. I think it's 2 tags. So he's done his bear, but he's got turkey tags yet. So I said, now what you going to do with yourself? Because I think they're here for like 2 weeks. I don't know. He's like, I'm going to get some turkey. I'm like, okay. So that's what they're doing. Living in the mountains. And it's girls' weekend around here. I'm going to drop off my daughter tomorrow with my son, and she's got a school trip to Silverwood up by Coeur d'Alene this weekend. And so that is going on. So it's just my one daughter and I, Lydia and I, the princess and I. Should be, the princess and the pea. I'm the pea, I guess. I'm the peon. It's just the 2 of us this weekend. We'll be seeing, she's going to come back on Sunday, I guess. So that's what we're doing this weekend. But Friday, come back tomorrow. I will be in the DIY Arts and Crafts room tomorrow. There's an event all day. It's patriotic and patio porch. Patriotic at porch ideas. And I have a patriotic thing ready to go. So, because I'm going to be driving down to Lewiston and getting my daughter down there. So I'll be running by my skin to get here by 4. But it starts at 9 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow in the DIY Arts and Crafts room. And if you'd like a link for that, just put DIY and I will get you that link to that room so you can watch everybody, because there's always lots of great ideas. Rhonda, you're in that group, aren't you? Lots of fun. I'm excited to see what everybody does. I love doing patriotic. I'm not going to lie. The patriotic things are my cup of tea for sure. Speaking of pools, I got to get my daughter signed up for, we have swim team here in town all summer. I don't know if I missed the date. I hope I didn't. I hope the same parents that are running soccer aren't running the pool, because soccer, if you miss the sign up date, you're done. You can't get back in. They have like a cutoff date and you're done. You can't even. So Beth missed her last fall soccer this year because I thought it was the end of the month and it was actually the end of the month, but not the end of the month. And I missed it. My husband thought the same thing. So we both thought something different than what it was. And we could not get her. They would not bend 2 days later. So we were out of soccer. So I got it. And I thought I saw somewhere that they were doing the swim team sign up. So hopefully I'm not late for that, because that's going to start up. We have a lovely swim team here in town. And usually they meet every morning at, I don't know what time. It's early morning, maybe 6:30 to 8 they swim. The swim team does every morning, Monday through Friday. And then they also have like a 5 to 6 time that they can come a second time. It's as long as you go to one practice a day, it's not obligated. So I don't know. Beth still wants to do it. So I wasn't sure if she was, but she's been talking about it. So she definitely wants to. Look at that. I painted my whole brush. I'm going to try to get that off a little, because this is, ooh, I just broke my brush. Nice. Oh, your hand's full. The question is, do you prefer to go to the pool, the river, the ocean? What was the other one? There's 4 of them. Or the lake. The lake. I like to go to the lake for fishing. It's a 45-minute drive to where we go fishing. We have one outside of, I was going to tell you about the lake. We have a lake outside of town, and one year, or a while back, our township, our town or city or whatever, the area, they went to dredge. They emptied out the lake and went to dredge it, and they found mammoth bones in it. So anyway, if you look up our town, Grangeville, our city, like our the city motto is our mammoth backyard. Come see our mammoth backyard, because we have mammoths. Well, they had, of course, sent in all the different companies to do I'm going to use this. It's called pool for, I think I'm going to do, let me see. This is the transfer I'm planning on using. It is called Probably By the Pool. So you could do any of those things, which I really love. And I want to do this water on the bottom. I don't want to go too far. So I think I'm going to just tape it off from the bottom part. The river for you, right, Sherry? Good thing you're in the river area. Oops. I should have really just kept that there. I don't want to piece it in. You could piece it in. It's totally doable, but I don't feel like it today. Don't ask me why. Blue tape works out nice for doing this part of it. And I'm just going to do the bottom of this tag in a different color. And then we're going to decorate it up. Good idea, but I'm just going to do the Waverly over the top on this bottom part, and then I will wax. Yes, that is for sure. Oh my goodness, look at it's separated. I don't know what to do. That's messy. I don't want to stir it. My inclination is to stir it using the back of my paintbrush, but you know how that's going to go for me. Ooh, this is a pretty color. Pretty, pretty, pretty. It's going to be a very pale blue. It's called Pool, and it's one of the Waverly. I just like the Waverly a lot. Well, this is a lot runnier than that white was. And I will, we'll wax it after this. Oops. This is messy. Get this on the side. And the bottom. The white just, you could, tape it off and only do white to where you're doing the blue, but the white doesn't matter anyway. It's just making a base coat for it. So we're just going to put this on the bottom here. Make sure it's nice and clean. So the girls and I were alone. My husband left last night. Feels lonely. He was off after I did lessons last night. Tonight, band practice tonight. Add some, yeah, I did to the white, but I did as I was using it for sure. Mine might be purified. I don't know what the difference is. Should I be using, do you think I should be using distilled? I don't buy distilled. I don't know. I just buy pure, whatever is at Costco. It's kind of rough around the bottom here. Yeah, I just add water as I'm painting, and then I usually, I guess I didn't do it to the white, but I usually spray my purified water onto, this is very, very pale, so this is going to be barely, at least at this point. Maybe I should have waxed it. Now I'm thinking about it. Now you got me thinking about wax. When in doubt, wax, right? I find out the hard way. I'll do this the hard way for you so that you can see how I do. I might have to go back and fix some white because I did not do the wax before I did the blue. I wasn't worried about the blue taking it off. I guess I didn't think about the tape. That's what I didn't think about. Yeah, there's actually 2 seasons. There's now, I've noticed it's, last year it was over my anniversary, which my anniversary is coming up on Monday. So again, it's over my anniversary. And Mother's Day, like Sunday. And then there's one in the fall too. And that one was over, I don't know what it was over. My birthday? I don't know. It seems like my brother-in-law is always coming to hunt over my major holidays, like my birthday. A little bit of white there on the edge. I hope I got this straight. I didn't even measure this, so I'm eyeballing. It might be a crooked line. Who knows? It's crafting. Everything is fixable, right? Everything is fixable. Oh my gosh, I'm going to paint my stand. Yeah, and I guess each season they can get 2 bears. My husband might also have a wolf tag. I don't know. He's got a turkey tag, I think. He got a turkey last time and a bear. So last fall, we've already eaten. Well, we didn't eat the turkey yet. It's in the freezer, though. We will. The bear is gone. Bear is gone. We had sausage made, and we've eaten it all. It was good. Lip smacking good. It's taking a little longer to dry. I apologize. I don't know. I don't think that's dry yet. Just saying. I'm going to peel this off. Usually with tape, blue tape, when you're like doing walls, this is just my little tip for doing blue tape. You want to take it off while the paint is still wet. You don't want to wait till it dries. I'm going to go slow, and hopefully we are clean underneath it and not peeling off the white. Slow down. Oh, there was one little piece. It went down. Try to have patience. There, it went pretty good. I think you could also use the transfer tape. So there it is. Sorry. It's kind of like the wrong direction for a camera. You can still see it's kind of wet here, so I'm gonna continue on. I think it's okay. It's kind of on the light side. I could have put another coat of the blue there. It's called Pool is the color. It's made by It's the Waverly Chalk paint from Wally World, Walmart. Thank you. All right, that one put away. Oh goodness, I got my gold brush out here. All right, I'm gonna give it a chance to dry. The wind is blowing today, but beautiful day outside in the neighborhood today. It doesn't feel wet to the fingers, but I can kind of see it, so I'm just gonna jump in and try to get it waxed. I'm doing as you say. Right? Got a new thing of wax. It used to be a silver container. So our surface wax is just easy peasy. This is to put on. It kind of brings out like the colors and stuff on it. And it seals it up so it doesn't stick too hard to your transfer, and it doesn't peel up between. So anytime you do like layers of chalk paste or chalking or paint, it's nice to put the wax in between the layers so that it stays. So that kind of looks beachy, doesn't it? It's got a little bit of hint of the wood coming through. It's all right. I know, I like it. It's cheap. They've got lots of great colors that are very farmhousey colors, which I like. Put you up here a little bit. All right, now let's get to business, right? So I'm warm. My little tin can here is heating up today. I didn't want to turn on the air conditioning. I thought my husband would have a fit about that. He went in last 2 weekends ago. It was like really nice and warm. And he went in to we have in-floor heat in our tile in our new bathroom, and he went in and turned it off because we have it timed to come on every morning, so we have nice toasty, toes in the morning. And I went in there the other night. It was chilly. I didn't really notice when it was warm, but it's been back down, in temperature a little bit here. And I walked in there. I'm like, that is rude. It is so cold in there. Like, the only reason I use that bathroom is because there's in-floor heat. So anyway, I said it twice, and he's like, well, it was like in the 80s. I'm like, it was not in the 80s. We did not go that far. He's like, well, it was 76. I'm like, that's not the 80s. Like, it's not the 80s. So anyway, I'm like, he's gone. I turned the heat back on in the floor. It's just nice to have heat in the floor. I'm just cutting this apart because this is the first time I'm using it. I know at least these. This has got some really cute, like small ones that go with like the beach. Up here, there's like a life preserver, and I love these little lures up there, and then the coconut drink and the little, what do you call it? Palm tree. Couldn't think of that. We don't have palm trees here in Idaho. But those could be used for anything. Like, you could use them on minis. You could use them, on hats. So cute. Okay. Get this one. Oh, that one's already done. Just need to do this one. I think people here will enjoy the river. If you ever see something I'm making or would like to purchase something I'm making or have one made, just let me know and contact me, and I will do my best to help you out. I do have a little bit of ADHD with crafting. This is a really crooked line. I have a little bit of ADHD of crafting because I kind of just go from one to the next. Like tomorrow we'll be doing that. Lots of patriotic. I've got one of the new patriotic, the fireworks, all American fireworks. I think it's ginormous. I'm trying to figure out. I can't make up my mind what surface to put it on. It is so big. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for the firecrackers. So that one's going to be one. I love it. I wanted it. I had to have it. I have it now. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. You guys ever do that? Like, see something in crafting and you're like, I got to have that. And then you can't figure out what in the world to do with it. I always have a size issue when I'm ordering. Yeah, right. No palm trees. I do like them. I'm very fascinated by palm trees for sure. I think they're fascinating. Whenever I go somewhere that does have palm trees, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see palm trees. And it's really hard to take pictures of palm trees. Have you noticed that? Like they're so high up there usually that you can't take a picture that's decent. All right, we're going to do the waves first, I think. Over that bottom blue part, I want to do some waves. And I think I'm going to use the new color retro on it. I'm on a retro thing. I'm on a retro trip, I guess. I don't know what you would say. Ugh. Little piece of wood or something there. Get this really good and fuzz. The first time you use a transfer, this one feels really sticky. I'm not lying here. You want to fuzz it so that it doesn't. I guess you could use this for sand as well as, I was thinking waves for this, but you could use this for sand as well. Wouldn't that be pretty? I do see like there's like a bump in the wood. I'm afraid that's okay. It's probably gonna go up a little bit. All right, here we go. So we're gonna do our retro, which is the color of the month. I haven't seen that it's gone out. Have you, Rhonda? I don't know if it's gone out. Speaking of going out, they restocked a bunch of things. And then there was a couple, if you're from Canada, there's a couple of, like a chalk made kit with pennants that came out. That's gorgeous. It's really cute. And today, so some of those things like the camping rules, that one is available. I think were they doing the other day I accidentally used one that wasn't available. The little handmade buys on my bookmarks. I think that might have been one that was going to be restocked. So if you were looking at some and they went out really fast and you didn't get them, they are restocked today. So the company's been really good about restocking things. All right. Hopefully I could kind of feel a little bit of resistance when I go up and down on this. So I think it's better to go this way. Just saying. We'll see how we did. Pretty. And it's kind of raggedy anyway, so it's okay if it's not absolutely perfect. Totally fine. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Love it. Okay. I'll put this back on to my backing so I can wash that in the sink. And then I think I'm going to put the wave on top. So like I said, I think if you did browns for this, you could do the sand, like browns and whites. Oops, upside down wave. Better do some fuzzing on my little wave. Like for the color of the month. Oh, yeah, that happens. I don't always get it. In fact, I'm kind of okay with it because I've got so many colors. Sometimes it's too much is too much. But if it does pop up, I was ordering new stuff this round. So there were so many things I wanted. Like I said, I really like patriotic, so it was hard to resist patriotic. Okay, I have one little spot where it kind of peeled off when I took the blue, so I'm going to try to, oh, this doesn't go all the way. I thought it would. I guess I just thought since my other waves are wide enough, it was going to work. I'm going to have to overlap, which will be okay. All right. You could do this like in a blending, you know, like an ombre and do white on the top for your waves, like do peaks. All right, so I'm putting that on there. I don't know if you could see it way over here. There is like a little spot where the wood is out. I'm just making sure it's under there so that it covers it. Mylar, oh, okay. I'm like oblivious to other stencils just because I found Chalkateur and I love it so much. I've stuck with it. All right, here we go. In a small space, you know how I am. Messy and too lazy to tape it out. Try not to put my arm in my other waves that I've done. You could also, like, if you were doing the sand, you could also stick some glitter on it to make it, like, look iridescent, like it was shining in the sun. That would be really pretty, too. Just on the sand. Hi, Sheila. Good to see you. I would do well to do, like, minimal colors. Whoops, my wave is a little bit above my blue area. All right, so there it is. Let me show you that. And then I'm going to piece it together and just finish that little wave. I did kind of get it on there a little bit crooked. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to, before I do that, stick this on my backing and we're going to dry it because I don't want it to smear when I overlap it. I know. I wish, you know, when I first started chalking, I wish they had, you know, the paste singles. I mean, that's kind of a new thing. Even the ink singles, I wouldn't have probably gone with whole jars of ink if I wasn't doing t-shirts for sale. Because it's so nice just to order what you want and use what you want. Those waves are pretty cute. I like those. Somebody did a good design on this little wave. Good design. So I'm just going to match up one and then go with it for the rest. And I might move it. Well, I don't want to make it obvious that I just want this one wave left. That's what I've got. One wave over here on the end. This is sort of like painting on the wall. Have you ever like had to go back and patch a place in the wall where you missed or it got like rubbed off or something? It's so nice when you can just patch it in and not have to do the whole wall because you can see it. Same thing here. Okay, quick and easy. There we go. I kind of got it back down a little bit and it's not too obvious. My wave was going up, 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 up. Yeah. You have to watch the packets, though. I've been having some of them dry here because I've had them for quite some time. There it is. You can't even tell, like I pieced that together, right? Cute, isn't it? So cute. Love it. Okay. Now, what else should we do? CUPS here. I spy with my little eye. So I want to put the river on first. What color do you think I should do the river? Should I do it the same color or should I do like black? I want to put this kind of in the center and I'm doing it above the waves. If you had a shorter sign, you could totally go into it. Or if you had a round, you could do the same idea. Absolutely would work. All right, we're doing river. Maybe black. I don't know. What do you think? Oh, I know what I'm doing, you guys. I forgot. This is what I should have done for the waves. Oh, my goodness. Well, it's sort of blue. the shimmer couture teal. I kind of splurged. That's what put me up to the free one. But I got Grige. Do you think it's dark enough? I don't know. I'm hesitant. Because I want this to be like a sign you could put up on your front door. I wonder where my storm might be more appropriate, to be honest. I'm thinking storm. Storm is like the darker version of Grige. Just gotta find storm. I know I have it. Some red away here. No, that's not red, that's orange. Sometimes it's just having the packets, and because you can buy 5 of the packets and get one free, always stick the 6th one in, right? Is it 5 or 4? Buy 5 and get one free. Just looking here on the other side. Where is my, oh, I found it. Storm. I think storm might be just a little bit more, less. I would love to do Grige, but I'm afraid it's not going to be dark enough for wording. So I'm gonna go to storm, I think. I am disappointed in myself. I forgot to use that teal. I've been waiting to use it. We'll see. All right. What was that little? I guess it's a lifeboat. I don't know. I was trying to decide if one of those little things could be replaced in one of the letters, or what would I use those the little palm tree and everything for. The little palm tree would be really cute as a. Okay, another squeegee. This one is sort of thick. It's been a while. Since I've used storm. I used to use exclusively storm, like all the time and everything. I just loved it for my farmhouse stuff. Oh, the gray does? Reminds you of Waverly? I don't have a gray. I only have like the black, the ink color, it's called. And then I have that blue. And then I have a really small jar of like an orange, so I could do pumpkins. You could see where my priorities lie. Pumpkins. I have red, like a red farmhouse color. That light blue. I don't know why I have that light blue. Don't ask me. Still a little thick, but I'm going to just go with it. And then I will definitely do some spritz on the top before I close it up. Trying to get as much as I can off. Always try to get, all the excess off of things, because you can put it right back in the jar and use it next time. All right. Here we go. It is still very thick. And it's okay to put too much on and then just take it off and put it back in the jar. But you can't do that with singles packets unless you like squeeze it into something. That doesn't work very well. Can't squeeze it back in once you take it out of the paste packet. So that's the only downfall to it. But usually I find most of my projects use up the entire thing that I'm using. Well, I might be using this again. It's looking nice. Love it. I do like that gray. I love it. The storm. Win for storm. Yeah, it is cheaper. I don't really like the regular acrylics. I just like the chalk paste, the chalk paints better than I do the regular like acrylic paints. Kind of a funny story, like sort of funny. I don't know how funny it is. It's not turned very funny for us. But we've been decorating this, not we. We've been doing the Queen and her mom have been doing the float for this year for the princesses and the Queen, and I don't know. They did like the Candyland squares on the floor, which was a cute idea, but they did it in acrylic paint, didn't seal it, and didn't use a primer underneath it, just on like a floor, like kind of a tile, like permanent paint underneath it. And I don't know what kind of paint. It may even be oil based. Who knows? All right, there's the river. Isn't that pretty? Is that looking good, isn't it? And anyway, of course, our first event, it was raining all the way there and all the way back, and rain goes up underneath the tarp that's on the back of the trailer and got all of that wet there and back. And that acrylic paint, I don't know, I thought acrylic was way more permanent than it really is. That acrylic paint totally was bubbled up and peeling off. I don't know if it's the coat underneath it, or if it's just, I don't know. I don't know if they use water-based acrylic. I've never heard of water-based acrylic. Even this chalk paint is considered, it says it's acrylic, so I think it's permanent. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's not that I just like the consistency better of chalk, I guess. That's just my personal opinion. Even the off brands are better. So I'm thinking I want to do, probably, I'm going to go ahead and get this. I've got my fuzzing cloth down here. I'm going to fuzz, do probably at the river, but I'm thinking about doing that in the middle. And then doing this little life, I don't know, what do you call these things? This little life thing. Or should I do, I could do, the little hooks. Because that's really what we do at the river usually, is fish, or I might do that. Okay. Oops. That was what I was trying to avoid. I'm going to stick that on there. Tell me, should I do, life preserver? Yes. Should I do the life preserver, or should I do the fishing hooks? We're kind of like fishermen at the river here. I'm going to start with probably get that on there first, and then do the hooks. And we'll see what colors we use. I don't know. Oops. Got myself into some storm here. Oof. What do you think? Etch some more stuff. You've been doing that when I first saw you on a live. Yes. Okay. Well, tomorrow it won't be etching, because tomorrow I'm going to actually do something on some glass or acrylic, not acrylic. I don't know what it is. On a picture frame with a glass, but it's not, the frame I'm using doesn't have glass. It has like a plastic front on it, but that's what I'm going to be working on tomorrow for my patriotic one. So 4:00 tomorrow is our patriotic and porch event over in the DIY group, DIY Arts and Crafts. I actually, after you said that the last time too, I actually went and bought some things to etch. I can see just a tad bit like my paste is coming up a little bit because I did what was pretty heavy with that wax. I know I need to do more etching. I have a project sitting there waiting to be etched. I have the idea and everything. I just I don't know. I was going to do it in the last event I was doing, but again, I couldn't get my event. I couldn't get live on my profile page. I don't know what is going on. If anybody ever knows what to do, should I do the life preserver or the hooks? Do you think? I know you said life preserver, but you were trying to tell me what it was. I think. What do you think? Probably at the river. I was thinking about. I'm kind of thinking about doing those hooks. This little extra. Thought I'd do the hooks right there. I'm gonna get that dry though. Don't put it that way. Hooks. Okay. I will do the hooks. That's what I was leaning towards. Maybe I influenced you to say that. I found like I'm kind of been looking for like squarish jars to do, and I don't know. They're all out of commission for some reason. I don't know why. Can't find any. All right, now what color to do the hooks? Maybe I could do those, the greige and a little bit, like do a, I think I'm going to do greige and the retro with it. That's what I'm going to do. May Club yesterday. I will be base coat of Dixie Belle Slick Stick. Ooh, that sounds interesting. That sounds really interesting. I'm going to do the greige. Let's give it a go. As you can see, I'm just opening it. Lots of that on the lid here. Got to salvage it all, right? Keep it all. No waste, no paste left behind. Oops. That one ended up on the outside of my garbage bag. Okay, I think I'm going to do multiple colors. Do I dare on these hooks? A lot of times with like when the fly fishing or the little fish I was doing, I would do those multiple colors, but I would do it more like an ombre effect. I think this one seems like it has like sort of those, the place, you know, like the strings and the hooks and stuff where they're kind of separate. So I'm going to try to be a little fussy with this one, you guys. You're here for a great time while I do fussy. All right, so this is the new greige. We'll see how this looks. And I'm just going to keep this side on while I peel this other side off so that I can finish it up by putting a color. Cute, isn't it? Just a little bit lighter. Definitely goes with the storm, but you can still see it. I think I chose the right color for the lettering, though. Get that dry. I think I've used Slick Stick. What do you use that for? Rhonda? For anything shiny. Oh. So you put it on to like keep it. Explain, maybe. Greige. Yeah, greige. Like beige, gray, beige and gray put together is what they say, I guess. Greige. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. I apologize. My bad. I'll blame my Wisconsin accent to it. Okay, I want to use the retro on the rest of this so it sort of ties it in with the bottom. See if I can do it, right? Without too much mess. I love these tools. You can just use them like like a paintbrush, although I'm not great at a paintbrush. If you've been around at all, I have carpal tunnel pretty badly. I've had it for a long time. I refused to get the surgery way back like 25 years ago because I didn't want to lose feeling, I didn't want to lose my ability to play piano and trumpet. And at the time it was more like trumpet I didn't want to lose. So I opted out of it. Maybe I'm getting close to needing it because now I'm getting to the point where the grease, yeah. So Rhonda, the slick stick is you put it on to make it not so slick or to make it slick, to make it stick. Slick stick. Say that 50 times, right? Ooh, pretty. Pretty. Guys, I'm kind of proud of that. Oops. I've got them falling off here. All right. What do you think? Oh my goodness. Love. Now, the other thing you could do is go in and color that in and then do it over the top, do the grease over the top to make it stick to slick surfaces. Oh, I got you. Like the paint. So I just did an undercoat, but then it came off, but I was going for like the old look on mine. I love this month's project for the club. Woohoo! I love it. If you didn't see that, you can just put club down below and I'll get you the information and I'll get you the video of that. Okay. What do you guys think? I think I'm about ready to stop. Aside from trying to find maybe some ribbon to go on it. Is that? No. Now the key is to find the right color blue. That'll be the key. Is this one? That one's a little bit closer, I think. This, I think, is a Walmart one, maybe at Easter sometime. And then we can, I know this kind of like dolls it up to not really be like fishing, like a boy's fishing, but the boys are out, the girls will play. My son, when he came home, he goes, "Can we go fishing on Thursday?" I'm like, "Your dad's working. Are you sure?" Like, he's like, "Yeah, we used to do that all the time, but it was so cold. I did not want to fish. I was being a bum." I hope he is not mad at me because of it. I truly just did not want to get out on the water. I sat and watched. I watched everybody. It was just as satisfying to me to watch my kids fish. So, all right. Use the bow maker, I think. We're going to start out with a base. And the key is this one does not have, this ribbon does not have, it's not double-sided. So what I did was I kind of twisted it one turn, like completely opposite when I put it in. And then I will make my bow, like my one loop on the bow this way. This may not be this does remind me of Easter. This may not be my favorite bow, but it does match. So I'm just looking for things to match. I don't know if I have. Maybe I have some grays. It would look really cute if you had, like some loose ones. Okay, so then here's where I'm going to be putting it in. So I make it one full turn in there so that the next loop is going to be right side up. And so then you just keep doing that wherever your section is. Keep your bows stretched out. Oops, that one didn't quite get turned. I think I might go one more. It'll be okay. I'm going to do the even amount on the other side. Come back. Just a little bit shorter. And I'm going to leave this. Wah, I'm knocking things over and I didn't even move. All right. I'm going to leave this top one right side up. So we're just going to put it in there a little bit shorter so that we have a shorter and a longer bow this side. And you could do, anything you wanted with this. go on there. A little transfer went flying off. All right. See how long that one is over on the other side. I don't like to waste, so I often do the dovetail cut right on the spool. That. Okay, so this will be another tail. Maybe I went too long with that one. This isn't really great ribbon, I have to say. There's probably lots of things out there that you could use. All I had to do is cast the line. My dad spoiled me as a child. He baited my hook and oh goodness. Yeah, no, mine was like, even if you caught them, you actually had to do the, I want to say butchering, but you had to do the cleaning the fish too. But the good news is I'm not crazy about it. I can totally take fish off. I don't mind. This one's really pretty. I think this one I'm going to add in. This doesn't have any wire in it. This again is like one of the, but it does look nautical, doesn't it? I might just add it in. Just individual pieces. I'm going to switch. And this may not look right. You can do whatever you want. You could judge even. You might not like what I'm doing here, but I'm going to do a couple of these. This does not have wire. Again, this is definitely a Dollar Tree ribbon. I think it's actually a little bit better than, I'm going to do 3 of these just to add to it. I have all my ribbons wound around. There's my rubber band with a little hairband around a 3x3 part of foam core from Dollar Tree, and then in like a Rubbermaid box according to color. That's what I have, like this. So you can see. It makes it nice. They fit in a smaller spot. You can see it. What else can we find? This one might be kind of cute. Kind of the same color. These are wired. But they do unravel, I've noticed. Maybe just put. You kind of think of that one as 4th of July. Hopefully I've got enough on there to share in another project. Oh, I see another one maybe. Just trying to find things to just use the rubber bands, you know, the little tiny hair bands from Dollar Tree. Let me see. Okay. This one. I don't know. Too much. It's the same color for sure. All right. What do you think? I probably need more. Let's see if I can get some gray or white. Woo! Things are falling. Things are falling. Watch out below. This back up there. And look for some gray maybe or white. Let's see. Ooh, I have this. Maybe that gray would just kind of neutralize it a little bit so it didn't look so. Actually, that one's a little better. I might take off these little ones. I'll put those back on afterwards, but I'm going to put some gray over this. So it's kind of like the same, but not. I had my mom and my mom was like wanting to organize when she was here for the wedding. She's like, let's clean your craft room. And I was like, no, let's clean your little craft camper. She was like wanting to clean it in the worst way because it's that messy that mom wants to clean it. And so I said, you know what? If we could get all of my my ribbons organized. That would be awesome. So she took they took and cut the sheets to put them on because I didn't even have time to cut them all. I was like, I'm overwhelmed. We have so much going on with this wedding. I'm just making this one like a bow. I can always cut them once we got them together. You know what I forgot was putting my string in here. Should have put my string first. So I can put it through. I'm just going to use a piece of jute, I think. Get that in underneath it so we can tie it. Sorry if this isn't very clear here. And then we'll get our little blue ones back on here, the stripes, add our little bit of, I don't know. I'm trying to be my friend Tarina. That's what I'm trying to be because she's so good at this. Burlap, you think burlap? I do, but I have giant burlap. I have this puffball stuff. This might sort of look like a, I don't know. My granddaughter was fishing with her little Barbie pole. Her pole was catching things at first. And it was really funny because she had to have a bobber on the end. So she would come back, bobber. And I think she lost quite a few bobbers. I think maybe 3 or 4 bobbers were lost. But it was for a good cause. My 3-year-old granddaughter, I mean, like hours. She just cast and recast into the lake when we were fishing with Levi. So that was fun. She had a good time. So I kind of helped watch the babies, talk to my daughter, watch Levi. Levi did all the fishing. He just would not. He was a die-hard fisherman. All right. I think, what do you think? I think I don't know. Now, the fisherman, the doctor's knot is to just go twice, and that gets it like nice and tight. So when you let go just on one tie, it actually stays there, which is super nice. All right, I think that'll do us. I might have gotten these a little bit big, but that's okay. I do want to get my glue gun going, maybe. That over here. What do you think? I kind of like it. You could put a little lure coming off it if you wanted for a little extra added something to it. And bows are always like, it's fussing that takes the most work, you know. All right, I'm going to just tie this in the back. And you could just tie it on and then change your mind later if you wanted. I'm probably going to attach this really good. Yeah, I guess I went long with that twine. I'm just going to cut it. Just kind of a messy bow. I probably should have. It's a little more girly maybe than using marshmallows. Do you have any burlap? Yeah, burlap ribbon would be good. Several years back, very helpful. Yeah, I think that's where I got it from. Was Tracy Wagner was the medical knot. I don't even know. I've watched a few. Stitches put with 5 kids. I don't know if I should really confess that. With 5 kids, we've had a few stitches around here. Let's just say that. And oops, do I not have glue? May not have the glue. So I've definitely seen my fair share. I think I'm going to do the gray for a hanger because it is very helpful, especially when you don't have extra hands to hold your knots in place to do that doctor's the double loop on that first one because it kind of just holds it in place, especially with jute. I always like to put a ribbon on for hanging too. Would have been easier just to take the rubber band off, right? All right. It'll be tricky here and get my dovetail done. Hopefully my hot glue gun won't leak onto my here. It is hot when it gets hot, but it does take a while for it to warm up. Oops, I guess I didn't get that blue one back in. Back into the blue it needs to go. Ooh, I've got bow makers falling on me. Bow makers falling on my head. All right. I'm just going to put this in here to make a hanger. And I'm waiting for my hot glue gun. Yeah, the surgical knot. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they do that. Because I've seen a few stitches and I've not really seen them do a double. But what do I know? I'm not a doctor. And I usually can't watch them that much. It's not my favorite thing to watch. I like to just put a knot in and have the, you know, like kind of a rough up there. So that's how I did the knot. Just with the dovetails at the top. Doubled it over. And then we'll put this on. Get it kind of fussed up here. Hopefully we can get some hot glue here and we'll get it all finished for you. I think it's kind of cute. A little bit nautical, a little bit with the blues. It would look cute on a porch. Like I said, tomorrow is the big porch event. Porch and patriotic porch and patriotic. And I've got a great craft. I've scoped it out, found all the supplies. I am ready to go because I am going to be dropping my daughter off, doing some shopping, giving somebody else a ride. So anyway, did you know this? When you have your glue gun, you need to add glue to the glue gun. You just go ahead and melt the end of it with your glue gun and stick it in there, so then it's stuck to the other one and you don't get like a gap. Usually you can get it on there quick enough. All right, let's see if we can get some here. Come out, wherever you are. Ooh, it came out later. Yeah, I haven't had the stitches. Well, I guess I had staples when I had my surgeries. I did not have stitches. So staples, I would not like to have that done again. I was in surgery when they put the staples in, but taking them out made me almost throw up many times. I was so nauseous them taking them out that I actually, here we go. Put a good wad of glue right here. The good thing about it is it does get so hot, it doesn't actually dry anytime soon, so I know it's not going to come apart. You could also hang some little lures on here, or you could put sand dollars if you were doing the lake or the, you know, the ocean. I don't know. This may not be your cup of tea. That's okay. I kind of think the sign is kind of cute. What did I do here? Got one going the wrong way. There we go. I think it's kind of cute. Ooh, got my finger in the glue. That was warm. Or what page is that on? What do you mean? I'm just going to do the tail here a little bit to tack it down so it doesn't go too far. Still looks kind of natural. I like to have the little bit of gray in there. What page? I'm trying to think of what you're saying. What page? Maybe it's a typo. I don't know. I'll tack this side down a little bit. Get these little This is a long tag. this wood tag. It is kind of excessively long, I think. What time are we at? Ooh, I gotta get going. Keeping you guys long enough. So I appreciate if you've hung out this long. Make sure you do all the things, share, like, make sure you follow my page because that helps me out. I'm just a small business person, you know, an order here, an order there, and I'm excited every time there's an order. Love to help everybody with their craft projects. So please, let me know if you have any questions about something I make or would like to. Even, if you want your craft supplies, 30% off. And come back tomorrow, 4 o'clock. I'll be going for an hour. There it is. Okay, let's see if we can get you up a little so you can see this. Probably at the river. It is a long tag, so I apologize. It's not exactly all the way in the picture. Try to get it all there. It's kind of a long, weird thing. And fussing, there it is. Isn't that cute? I actually think it's kind of cute. Who knows? Maybe it's not your cup of tea. Totally fine. I get it. You could do your own colors. It's what I had on hand, right? Sometimes we just got to do that. Do what you have on hand. I actually know I have some like little like anchors and things too. Like maybe I could find those and put those on there too. So like wood ones and paint them to go with it. We'll see. Or we're done. Whichever one. It doesn't matter. But thank you so much for joining me this evening. Make sure that you keep on crafting and have a very blessed evening. See you soon tomorrow night at 4 o'clock.